Good morning, friends. It's Tracey from Tea Time with Tracey and Friends. I wanted to make this video. I seen a video the other day from Stephanie from Qwordy, and she is doing the hardest reading challenge you'll ever do, challenge 2.0. I guess the first time they did it was last year, and it's a year-long reading challenge. It's made very difficult, so it's hard to complete, but I'm determined and I want to try to do it this year. She is so amazing. I love her channel. She has such great energy. She really does. And she has a website. And I'm going to try to do a screen recording so I can show you. There's a spreadsheet. Well, let me just get this up and going and we'll walk through it together. I think this is set up. I've never done this before to kind of splice the two videos together, but I'm going to try my darndest. Anyways, I have my Chromebook here in front of me, so I'll be looking down at it and you'll be seeing. So here is the website she has. I'll put all of her channel, all the links to the sign up sheet, the website, etc., all down below. But you can see here, it's nice and colorful, the hardest reading challenge you'll ever do. And yeah, 2.0. So here, we'll just scroll down. There she is. Isn't she beautiful? Just beautiful. It started July 7th, 2024 by Qwordy. Tired of the same old prompts across the Readathons, she developed the hardest reading challenge you'll ever do, otherwise known as HRCYED. It's designed to be nearly impossible to complete, but the goal of HRCYED is not to complete it. The goal is to broaden your reading habits, which is awesome. I know I need to expand my reading. When is it? And every year it begins on July 7th, Qwordy's birthday, and ends July 6th. Now, I've watched a couple of her lives. If you want to start at July 1st, just keep it in a 12-month bracket. Because I'm in my nail. However, many people have adjusted it to fit their own time frames, usually July 1st through June 30th. Qwordy does not care if you do this. Qwordy doesn't care if you adjust many of the rules because she doesn't control your reading, and she'll never know if you do, unless you tell her, in which case, that's on you. How do I play? Check out the navigation for the full list of rules and the current prompts. You do not have to commit to anything. Even if you sign up, you can drop out at any time. If you think it's too overwhelming, it's a challenge, but it's supposed to be fun. If it feels like too much, that's okay. You don't have to keep going. Where do I sign up? Right here. And it's a clink. You click on the link right there and it'll take you to the sign up sheet. You also don't have to. If you're going to be submitting books for the stats video, then you'll want to put in your username, especially if you forget what you submitted and need Qwordy to confirm. So you don't even have to sign up if you just want to take these prompts and do it privately. That's cool too. Is there a community? You betcha. There is indeed a Discord featuring HRCYED and other challenges hosted by Qwordy, including Readathon, I've never done, and Consumathon, I've never done, or navigate socials by using hashtag HRCYED. It's going to take me a while. So that's the website, but you will go to sign up, and I don't want to click on it because I don't want to mess up my stuff, and I'm not that computer literate in regards to putting stuff back together. So there's an option to get a spreadsheet. Let me go to my spreadsheet. Okay, I think this is recording. So this is the website, or no, the spreadsheet she has available. She has the master one, the original one, and then you make a copy of it. And she had a link, if I recall, because I wouldn't know how to make a copy of it. Just like, want a copy of this spreadsheet? Click yes or whatever. I'm really not sure. And then I had one in my Google Drive, and I've been tweaking it to make it work for me, which is fabulous. Yeah. Anyway, so this is if you look down at the bottom of the screen, you can see introduction, master, bingo board, tracker, HRCYED stats, calculator. Oops. Let me go back here. And it goes on and on. There's different folders or whatever you want to call it, pages. So let's just look at the introduction. So the HRCYED round 2, this is a spreadsheet for tracking. So as I put my little mouse over it, you see how this pops up. You can click on that and it'll take you to the spreadsheet. And the spreadsheet is on here. For full rules, please visit this website. All right. The tabs are organized with one being just the bingo board view, one for your reading tracker, one for points calculation, one for stats, and the rest are dedicated to each and individual prompt for planning and tracking. Then if there are any weird issues with the spreadsheet, please feel free to DM me on Discord at here and here. If you have custom spreads you'd like me to make, I do offer commission services for on my coffee for 20 bucks an hour. That's awesome because I don't know how to do most of the stuff that is put into this spreadsheet, which is amazing. It makes me want to buy a Google Sheets for Dummies book because it's amazing what this sheet is. So is that everything on here? I forget. Yes, it is. Okay. So we'll go down to the bottom again and go to master. What is the master? All right. I'm going up to the top. The hardest reading challenge you'll ever do. So by the hundreds, this is a small version of the bingo board. The master will have all the prompts and everything on the master sheet. So I'll go over the bingo board when we get to it. So the bingo board, one of the squares in the bingo board is by the hundreds. 24-hour readathon. Subgenres. I picked horror. You can pick different ones. Series staircase. Award season. TBR game challenge. The last 10 years. All the adaptations. Disability challenge. Heritage months. Translation challenge. Around the world. The even bigger rainbow challenge. Read through the beloved quote. Spooky creatures. Become the avatar. Readathon challenge. Historical fiction readathon. I don't remember that one. Animal friends. The even bigger queer alphabet. A book you backed on Kickstarter. Oh, yeah, I don't know what Kickstarter is. BIPOC authors, new release challenge, challenge yourself, nonfiction challenge, book or Q's recommendations. All right, I know I breezed through that, but let's go to the bingo board and you'll see. So here it is, TBR game challenge. If I click on the little drop down thing, it'll take me to the TBR game things, but I'm not going to do that now because I want to go over the whole board. She has a whole list you'll see of different YouTubers that have TBR games, and you're supposed to do one of those. The last 10 years, so you read a book from, depending on the 10 years that you pick, like 2015, one book from 2016, 17, 18, 19, all the way up. All the adaptations, disability wrap, all the ones that I just went through. So you can go right to the bingo board and click on the thing, but I'm not going to do that now. here, let me just go back up to the top. Here is the spreadsheet. I have been slowly working my way getting this all sorted. So it's the title, author, month read, page count, audio hours. First prompt it's read for, because you can double up if you choose one time or two. You need to watch her video to go over the rules, because I can't remember them all. Points earned, rating, genre, status, intended audience. Format means series title, series status, acquired year, release year, cover color, country if our world, non-earth setting, date started, date finished, days to read. There was another one which I deleted, was how much you paid for the book. Like, I can't remember that. I really can't, so I just took it out. So here, over on the far left, is all the titles that I have. You can go over, and then the authors, and here is where you pick which prompt on the bingo board it's going to be for. Yeah, Avatar. Come on. Come on. And what genre. There wasn't a big selection in regards to romance, so a lot of the ones like the dark romance I put in contemporary, because there's paranormal romance, contemporary romance, sports romance, I think. Same with horror. There's so many niche horror genres that I just put it in paranormal if it wasn't a thriller. Anyways, the I don't have all of my books picked. Come on, go all the way to the bottom. So I have 151 slots taken, but not all of them are filled out. Like, I don't have enough for the heritage months. I need to find some for that, some more for the queer alphabet, which is, yeah, I should go to those pages so you could see what I'm talking about. But any information you put in this spreadsheet gets logged over on the stats, which I think is so cool, because I would not know how to do this. So it has the total of books. It says 120. That's how many I have logged into my sheet. But when I fill them all in, it'll be 151. Total pages, 43,060. Total hours, 1,208.35. So I don't have the days yet because I haven't started reading these books. Average pages, 387.93. Average hours, 10.88. Anyways, it's all mathematically put together, which is amazing. And it'll say here how many books are in each prompt, the genre, what it looks like. I read more contemporary, which I don't, but I put so many different ones in there. Or horror is down here, paranormal is down here. I have a little bit of sci-fi, fantasy, nonfiction, speckled, paranormal. And then the means right here, I plan on using, I would say, well, it's saying 59.5% audio. Like, I'm trying to utilize my audio library. I have over 700 books in my audio library. I'm going to try to fit almost every prompt into this. And I do a monthly TBR game. I'm going to try to use the books that I have picked for this, if I can fit them in there, unless I want to read other books for other readathons that I'm doing. Anyways, this is, this has more than, I don't know how to, there, go up to the top. There's a map. Once I put in locations of these books, it'll light up. And over here, I don't have it all filled out. new versus reread. It calculates it all, which is amazing to me. Okay, points calculator. After you start reading books, you put the title here and click off which one. And then at the end, she just did a live, which I'm gonna watch, that goes over the spreadsheet in great detail. So she would probably be better to explain the points by the hundreds. Now, this is where I wanted to show you. This is one of the prompts on that bingo board, by the hundreds. So I picked these books. The first one in the hundreds, Dragon Pack by Mac Flynn, is a Kindle book. The Indebted book by Pepper Winters is I have a paperback of that. I have a paperback of The Winter People by Jennifer McCammon. I have audio, Phantom by Greer Rivers, Master of Salt and Bone by Carrie Lake, audio. The Ritual by Chantal Tessier, audio. The Land of Painted Caves, those are giant books. I do have a paperback, but I can get it in audio on Everand. So, yeah, I got that one all covered. 24-hour readathon. And this isn't like you have to stay up for 24 hours. You just try to read as many books as you can when you wake up in the morning and when you actually lay down for the night. You can take breaks, you have to eat, you got to still live your life. But how many books you can actually read in a day? Stay up as late as you want or go to bed at your regular 9 o'clock for me. Oh, did I? Okay, subgenre. Here, you can pick fantasy, sci-fi, horror, mystery, thriller, romance, nonfiction, historical, and literary. I picked horror because I read more horror these days than anything. I still read romance though. So it has different bits of horror, like sci-fi horror. I picked Coldbrook by Tim Levin. Gothic, it Will Just Be Us, which is a haunted house book, I believe. Literary, Exquisite Corpse by Poppy Z. Bright. I read a couple of books by her. Paranormal, Dan Simmons, A Winter Haunting. I read that so long ago, I barely remember it, but that's kind of a haunted house too. And then high fantasy horror, October by Michael, I can't see the author down there. I will put it down below. So those are the ones, and once you're done reading all of the ones in the category, you click the I did it, and part of that bingo board will turn green, I believe. So it'll show. So you can either try to just get a bingo or you can try to do a blackout. I'm trying to do a dang blackout, I can tell you that much. All right, series Staircase. So you read just a standalone book. I picked Perfect Strangers by J.T. Geisinger. I read Pen Pal by her, and I loved it. And this is another one. Duology. I have Perfect Strangers in paperback. I forgot to tell you. Coldbrook, paperback. It'll Just Be Us is hardback. Exquisite Corpse, audio. Apocalyptic, Blind Rage by Nick Clausen. I forgot to mention audio. Dan Simmons, paperback. October, audio. So paperback, and this duology is Under the Scars, or Under Your Scars by, I can't see, it's too tiny right there. I will put it down below. Audio. The Complete Innocence box set. I don't know what the individual books are called. I can look it up, but I have an audio of that. It's like a whole omnibus online on Audible. And same with this series. I don't know what the series is called. It would be in my tracker, but there's 6 books in the series. I only have to read 4 of them. 4 or more. I might read the other 2 as well, but all audio. And when I do it, I'll click it and I'll get another bingo box. Here is award season. Now, I had trouble with this because I don't know. I was trying to do, I don't know. Stephen King, Misery. I don't have that book at all, so I'll probably get it audio or Kindle or something. He is a winner of some book. It was Misery years ago. Same with The Fisherman by John Langan. I have that paperback. Children of the Night, another Dan Simmons book. I have that paperback. Queen of the Damned by Anne Rice. I read that when I was a teenager. I barely remember it. Paperback. Black River Orchard by Chuck Wendig. I have that hardback. Devil's Creek. I read that quite a few years ago. I remember really liking it, but I forget what it is. Todd Kessling. Again, he was like a nominee to win. So, and Trent, I'm not sure if this falls under that. The Hunger by Alma Katsu. I don't know. Anyways, all horror, all award winners or nominees. So that's my picks for that. TBR game challenge. I picked Bekah Books and Bujo because she's the one I got my TBR game off of. I credit her with me making my game. It's just like hers, only it's just my version of it. So I watched her June TBR, which I do anyways. The first prompt she got was a board book. I don't have any board books, but I got one from Kindle Unlimited, or I forget if this is audio or Kindle. Dragon's Guard by Ava Chase. I don't know. I know I pay a subscription for audio, so it's not technically, but it is as close to it for me as possible. And Kindle Unlimited, again, subscription, but that's following under it. The next one is self-care. I haven't decided what that's going to be. The next one was Patreon pick. I don't have a Patreon. She does, and they picked Stay Awake by Megan Golden, which is a thriller. So I just looked that up, and it's on Everand as an audio, so I'm going to do it that way. New to me author, I have the paperback of Pestilence by Laura Thalasses. I've never read her. I have that whole series, for goodness sakes. An intimidating book, Balance by Lucia Franco. I have that whole book in paperback, and I believe Balance is on my summertime TBR, which will be coming out in a few days. I have it scheduled to come out. And I think it's on my Beefcake Challenge, or 20 in 2025 or something like that challenge. So that's the TBR game that I did. But you can see over here on the right hand side, there's a whole list of different YouTubers and their games that they do, which is amazing. I just picked what I knew. So the last 10 years, I have to adjust this because I don't know. I have it at 2017. I don't know if that's right. So I have audio of The Unrequited by Saffron Kent, audio of Nordic King by Karina Halley, paperback of Bad Saint by Monica James. I have that whole trilogy. Mallory by Josh Mallerman. Is that right? It's the second book in the Bird Box duet. I read Bird Box already. Sweet Cruelty by Zoe Blake. That's an audio. Paperback of Lust by I don't know how to say the name. Drethi. Annis. I have a paperback. Paperback of the Christopher Triana, They All Died Screaming. That's an extreme horror. I have an audio of The Eyes Are the Best Part by Monica Kim. I have a paperback of, it's an Alice in Wonderland. Alice's Descent into Madness by Al Raiden. I can't see it. It's too small. Anyways, I'll put it here. I seen somebody mention that on YouTube, and I love Alice in Wonderland retellings, and I'm like, oh, that's a new one. I'm gonna get it, and I ordered it, and now I have a paperback of it. But I think it's on Kindle Unlimited as well, so. All right. Oh, this is going long. I apologize. Oh, hey friends, I was just sitting down to edit this video and I skipped over a couple of the extra sheets. So I am upstairs at my computer and I'm just going to go over them because I jumped right from there over to the rainbow one. Horse is behind me. Anyway, so I got my thing here. Don't mind me, it is recording, so I don't want to go downstairs. But so after the last 10 years is the adaptations. So as you can see here, I'm sorry, I'm going to have to look down to see. But what it entails is you pick a modern retelling in whatever the source material was. So over here, Hexed is a retelling of The Little Mermaid, the Never After series. That's the last book in the series. If I read that, I'll be done another series, which will be wonderful. And the source material is the Little Mermaid cartoon. Now, I know there's probably an original story of it, but in my mind, that's where I first learned about the Little Mermaid when I was a little girl. So, the next one is the musical Wicked, but I do have the book by Gregory Maguire, Wicked. I've had that for a few years now. I thrifted it out west in Alberta. Anyways, the next one is the graphic comic of The Hobbit, or the book The Hobbit. So the first one is a modern retelling. The second one is a musical, because Wicked is a musical. The third one is a graphic novel / comic. The fourth one is the play. There's the Peter Pan play from way back, black and white one. I remember that one. But then the source material is the J.M. Barrie novel, Peter Pan. I have that. The TV show, Stephen King's 11/22/63. I just recently got the book 11/22/63. So that's the source material. They had a TV miniseries of it. I never watched it. The next one is a web series. It's the Gabriel Inferno's duet, I believe. I have both books. I got it at a library sale. And as a web series, it's on Passionflix, which is just a straight up internet channel. Like, it was never on TV, wasn't ever made into a movie. It's just, I would consider that a web series. Animation, Alice in Wonderland. Yes, Alice in Wonderland shows from way back. Absolutely. Plays, all the things. I just put the animation, the Disney animation. I do have other DVDs of older ones, but it was just easy to put this on my spreadsheet. But then the old book. And then The Ritual, which I just acquired that book by Adam Neville, is a movie on Netflix, which I've never seen, and I've never read the book. Now, Stephanie said you can either do one or the other. You can do the source material or the adaptation, or do them both. It's up to you. I want to read Hexed because I want to finish off a series. I want to read Wicked because I have the book. I have The Hobbit. I haven't read The Hobbit. I don't have the graphic novel. So I'll probably read The Hobbit. I do have it on Audible. I do have a paperback too. Peter Pan, I have the paperback. I can read that. The Stephen King 11/22/63, I do have the paperback, but it's giant. So I might get that audio. I don't know if I could see the TV series. I don't know. I'd have to look it up. The Gabriel Inferno, I have the paperback. I do want to read them because I own them. Alice in Wonderland, I have read that book long ago, several times, and I've seen the movie, cartoon. I have so many editions, renditions, remakings, so many. So I don't know, I might do both. And The Ritual, I want to read the book and then I want to watch the movie. But I want to do that in like September, October. I think it'd be more of a fall read. So that is, yeah, that is my adaptations. So the next one is, skipped over, disability challenge. So here you have 5 disabilities. You've got to find a book that represents 5 different has a character or the author, or it doesn't have to be the main character in a story, but there's representation in it. I put Transcendence for Speechless. I guess this is a time travel book where a woman, modern day woman, gets transported back to prehistoric times and meets a lone man who is out on his own, and he can't speak, but it's probably due to evolutionary development. I don't know. I just put that there. Fourth Wing, I put because I think the main character, Violet, has brittle bones or something. J.R. Ward's The Beast, that's in the Immortals After Dark series. The King in the Immortals After Dark is blind. So I was using that. He's not the main focus in this book, but I can guarantee he's going to be in this book. So there. So I need to find 2 other books that have disability rep in it. Shouldn't be too hard, I don't think. Those were just ones of books that I have that I knew that I haven't read. So there's that. Then we go on to Heritage Months. Skip this one too. So from July, this July, until next June. So July is Disability Month. Kingdom Fall by A. Zavarelli. I have another book series of hers. It's a mafia series. I haven't read it. But anyways, I believe the woman, main female character in this, can't speak, is speechless. That's a disability. September, October is Hispanic Heritage Month. I put Silver Nitrate by Sylvia Marina Garcia. Got the name right this time. November is Indigenous Heritage. Night of the Mannequin, Stephen Graham Jones. This will be the second book of his that I read. I'm giving him another shot. I didn't care for the first book that I read of his a whole lot. February is Black History Month. Model Home by River Solomon. It's a haunted house book. March is Women's History. I got that on Audible. Night of the Mannequins is on Audible. The other ones I have. But Sipsworth, oh, it's by something Van something or other. I'll put it. Anyways, this is an older lady who's nearing the end of her life, and she just wants to go back to her hometown in the UK somewheres to hurry up and die. She's just waiting out to die. I'm assuming she's depressed. It's about women getting older and feeling meaningless, but she finds a new friend in a little furry creature, and I think it's going to be heartwarming. I'm not sure. So I need to get one for Arab heritage in April, Jewish heritage in May, AAPI heritage in May. There's 2 Mays here. June, Pride Month. And yeah, so I still have a few slots to get to. Is that all I missed? It jumped right to the rainbow one, so let me just see. Nope. Translation challenge. This was kind of tricky. So, I have The Never-Ending Story. I've never read the book. I've certainly seen the movie umpteen times when I was a child. It's a book. Never read it. I'll read it now. And it's translated from German, and it was originally in German. Had no idea. Tender as the Flesh by Augustina Butts something. Originally in Spanish. The child book, The Little Prince, I remember that movie when I was a child, is originally a French story. Let the Right One In is Swedish. I did read that years ago. I'd like to read it again, by John, I can't see his name. So I need to get one more. But I'm working on it. Boris, what are you doing downstairs? Okay, the next one is Around the World. So you have to get a book, a story that takes place in all these continents. Hey, what are you doing? Cheapers. Okay, North America. I picked a Gianna Darling book because I have it on audio. I had the whole series except this book read, and there was a newer book that came out after this one because I haven't got to it. Another series I want to finish up. She's a Canadian author. And yeah, North America, Canadian. It's going to work towards finishing a series, and it's a motorcycle, taboo, age gap, those kind of books. South America, The Hacienda by Isabel Canas. I'm not sure if I'm saying that right. What are you doing? You're full of piss and vinegar. The next one is Where the Dead Brides Gather. The author is from Africa, which sounds really interesting. I was looking up different ideas, recommendations, and this sounded amazing. One from Europe. This lady was originally born in Moscow, I think, and that's part of Europe. Like Russia is part of Asia and Europe, so I'm taking it. The Hanging Tree. This was a free book off of the Audio Plus library, so it's a haunted book, I believe. Asia, Taming the Tiger Within by Asian. I can't see the author. That one. I will put all the authors below. You must see that thing popping up. Australia, The Finnish Guide to Happiness, which when I seen that, I'm like, oh, Finnish. I'm Finnish. Well, Finnish ancestry. The lady that wrote this is from Australia, but lives in Finland. And she wrote this book. So it's kind of a mishmash, an Australian's take on Finnish happiness. You're trying to get that pop bottle. Okay, is that what you want? That's what you want. There. You happy? So, that one. It is an Australian author living in Finland. And she had bonus Arctic. This was in the Audio Plus library too, and it was about expeditions to Antarctica. I don't know books from Antarctica. He always pops the cover off the pop bottle. That's all he cares about. Anyways, it's just, and it's a really short, like an hour audiobook for Antarctica. So I got that one covered like a boss. All right, I'm going to go back to the original scheduled programming, but I just wanted to make sure I got these all in order. If I miss any more, I'll pop back. It's the even bigger rainbow. You got to pick ones that, like, that color is on the cover. So for red, I believe this is an audio, The Rogue King by Abigail Owen. Orange, Iron Flame by Rebecca Yarros. I know it's kind of coppers, but there are tones of orange, so I'm using it. Fourth Wing for yellow. Again, gold, but there are bits of yellow in it, so I'm using it. I have both hardback. I only got those because my daughter read them and she liked them, and I want to see. The Devil Himself, I got that as an audio. It's the second book in the Devil of Dublin, which I read this year, which was okay to me, but I bought the book 2 before I read book 1. And anyways, I have it, and that would count as a series completed. The Words by Ashley Jade. I only read 1 or 2 books of hers before, and I like them. They're dark, they're smutty, they're, pretty trigger heavy. Anyways, rock star kind of thing, which isn't generally my thing, but I have it audio, and it's tealish color. Light blue, a Lisa Jewell book, Invisible Girl. I have that paperback. Thriller, I believe. Blue, it's called Drantos or Drados by Lauren Donner. I listened to that years ago. I forget. It's like Alien kind of thing. I reread the whole New Species series last year, and there's like oodles of books in that, and I absolutely love them. But I have a few audiobooks of this series of hers, which I forget what the series is called, VLG, but I forget what it stands for. And I'd love to get all of her physical books someday, but she has oodles, and I only got so much money. Purple is This Love Hurts by Nikita. That's on my 20 and 2025, so I'd like to get to that. Pink, The Return, Nikita one I have in paperback, and I think it is on Kindle. I don't know if it's Kindle Unlimited. There's no audio to that. The Return by Rachel Harrison, I have paperback of that, but it's not a very big book. Black and White is the No Saints Duet by Sophie Lark. I've never read Sophie Lark, I don't think, so that'll be a good introduction. Silver Gold, this it's called The Enigma by Jodi Ellen Malpez. It's a mafia romance. It's the second book in the Unlawful Men series. I read The Brit a few years ago. This is book 2. So, and then the 7 colors. It doesn't have to be these 7 colors, but a book that has 7 colors on the cover. And I think this falls under it. The Toxic Wonderland by Qwordy or something like that. Anyways, it's a series and I have it. Oh, okay, guys. My eldest called and I was talking to my grandbaby. So, anyways, I forget where we were, but I know we talked about the Even Bigger Rainbow Challenge. So, let's go on to the next one. Oh, what did I do? All right, make a quote. I'm not quite understanding this one. You find a quote that you want to do and read a book for every word that's in that quote. This is going to be adjusted probably, but I found a quote, Never Give Up. That's a quote. And I found a book called Never Give Up by Rue Lennox. I don't have this book, but I'm like, would that qualify for a quote? I don't know, but there's a whole bunch of words here just as examples. So would I have to read a book with never in it and then another book with give in it and another book with up in it? I'm not sure. So anyways, that's the quote one. I need to work on that. Oh, I keep doing the bottom thing. All right, spooky creatures. I like this one. So you had to find a book with a vampire, shifter, magic user, fae folk, spirit, merfolk, zombie, and other creatures. So I got Salem's Lot by Stephen King. Never read it. I have the paperback, but I'd probably look if there's an audio one on Everand or something maybe. Luna's Secret by Misha K. This is book 2 in Luna's Secret Baby or Son. I'm not sure. It's on Kindle. They're not very long books, but it's shifter. So Magic User Teltos. Teltos is the 3rd book in the Mayfair Witches series that I've read. Book 1, The Witching Hour. Book 2, Lasher. Teltos is book 3. I'm super excited to read it because I'm loving the series. Fae Folk, I don't know what this book is at all. Fae King's Temptation. I think it's either on Audible or Kindle. I forget. I have it. I just forget where I have it. Spirit, The Exorcist House Genesis by Nick Roberts. I listened to it, Winterween, that Gabby does. I'm going to read or listen to. I have the audio of this. This is book 2 in the Exorcist House universe. Yeah, and it's a haunted house sort of thing. So there, Spirit. Merfolk, Into the Drowning Deep by Mira Grant. I listened to the Rolling in the Deep, I think it's called. It's the little prequel to this. So it's like Killer Mermaids sort of thing. So Merfolk, that fits that slot. And if I listen to this or read this, I do have the paperback. That would complete a series too. And then Sickness by Kelly L. Green. This is an Audible that I have. Zombie book. It's, I think, the start of a new series. And Other Creature, I picked an org because I have this book. The Heiress and the Org by Finley Finn. I have the paperback of that. So those are the creature books that I have. Now, Become the Avatar. Let me just go up a little bit. Become the Avatar. Water, Earth, Fire, Air. I want to say Earth, Air, Fire, and Water, but it's Water, Earth, Fire, Air. So a book that has water. I put Sea of Ruin by Pam Godwin. I believe it's pirates. The Moonflowers. I forget what that is. I have it in Audible. I have Sea of Ruin in Audible. The Moonflowers is by Abigail Rose Marie. I have the paperback of Ruthless Creatures by J.T. Geisinger. I think it's the Queen's Monster series. I have that whole series. This is book 5 in the Earth's Children series by Jean M. All. the Shelter Stone. I know you've seen the Land of the Painted Caves, or the Plains of Passage, I forget, earlier in one of these sheets. So I have that for air because you can see the sky in that. I have fire for the Ruthless Creatures because there's like ambers in the back. And earth, there's flowers, water, and sea. Now, you can either do those 4 or 6. So for the other ones, I don't know if I'll do all 6. Water, Does It Hurt by H.T. Carlton. I read the Cat and Mouse series and Shallow River, I think it's called. I have that on audio. Don't Let the Forest In, I have that on audio. Ron and Melfi, Blackmouth, I think that's free on Audible. If not, I bought it. I don't know. It's in my library. And for air, I have The Right Move, which is book 2 in the Windy City series by Liz Tomford. I listened to the first book a couple months ago, which was okay. Mile High, I think it's called. So I have that for air. Ron Melfi's Blackmouth, there's lightning striking down, and there's a bit of fire there. Earth, there's flowers and roots growing out of this young man's face. And water, there's a lighthouse with ocean around it. So that works for that one. Readathons. I'm going to take part. I haven't even filmed this yet. But there's an Australian readathon coming up in July. I forget who it's put on by. These people. And I forget if they have prompts or not, but they just are asking people to read Australian authors. I have one Australian author that I haven't read. Like, I've read other Australian authors, but I've read all the books except for this one. And I have it in Audible. It's The Italian by T.L. Swan. And as long as you read one book, you've completed this readathon. So I'm using that. I'm also going to take part in Summerween this year, which happens in July, by Gabby Reads. And I want to read... Well, these are tentative because I have Mallory in another one of these things. I might switch that because I don't want to double up so much. But Mallory by Josh Mallerman. Model Home by River Solomon. Maybe because I have that in another one too, I think. Tommy Knockers by Stephen King. I want to read that. So those are 2 readathons. And if I do those, I've done that prompt. My little bingo card will light up. Animals. This is straightforward. A book with house pets in it. The Unleashing by Shelley Lawrenston. I have a bunch of her books. This is the first in the Crows series. Something like that. I believe there's a dog in this. Like a pet dog. So this would have a house pet. Exotic pets. I put Little Stranger because there's a spider on the cover. I know it can... I don't know if it's a tarantula or not. I live in rural Nova Scotia. That would be an exotic pet to me because we don't have tarantulas here. So I'm counting that as an exotic pet. I don't know. I have Flawless here by Elsie Silver. Oh, by the way, I have Little Stranger on audio. I have the first one on audio. All of these are audio, except for Simple Wild. For Flawless, I've never read Elsie Silver. I have, I think, this whole series in audio. But I thought that it takes place on a farm, like cowboy romances. I'm not sure. So this is maybe. Flawless. A Simple Wild, I do have the paperback of this by K.A. Tucker. I just read the Wolf's Hotel series of hers, and I liked it. This takes place in Alaska, so I'm assuming there's going to be grizzly bears, at least a sighting of a grizzly bear, or a mention of an animal from Alaska. So I put that there. And zoo animals, I can't think of any books that I have of zoos. So I put Jurassic Park, even though dinosaurs are long since dead. The premise, I've only seen the movies, so I've never read the book by Michael Crichton. It was supposed to be like a zoo, and it goes awry. So I'm going to count that as a zoo animal, even though, you know, it's dinosaurs. All right. This is where I need some help. Any suggestions are more than... I'd gladly take them. Even Bigger Queer Alphabet. Okay. So read a book with a gay character, a lesbian character, a bisexual / pansexual character, transgender character, intersex character. I have to admit I'm not sure what sex that is. I'm not sure. Asexual. I do have a book in my audio library. It's a nonfiction book I'm going to put there. Polyamory. I have this Pucking Sweet in audio by Emily Rath. It's a hockey romance, I believe. Non-binary / agender. I'm not sure what agender is. I am such a noob. I'm so sorry. I don't mean to be ignorant like that. I really don't know. Gender fluid and two-spirit. Yeah, so I need books with those representations in them. So I need to work on that because I want to get this right. So that's all I can say about that. Okay, so this one is your favorite prompt from the last year's Readathon. HRCYED 1.0, I guess. So she has the bingo board here from last year, and I went through them. There's a few here I could have easily done. Where is it? Read an entire series with 4+ books. So that's what I'm gonna do. There's a whole bunch of prompts there. I read book 1 and book 2 in this One True Mate series, so I have the rest of them to read, but I have those in audio. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'll just block off a couple of days, plug in my earbuds, and I will complete this series. And then I click I did it, and it'll light up on the bingo board. I need help with this too, BIPOC authors. I have When the Reckoning Comes by Latanya McQueen. I believe she's a Black woman. King of Wrath. I believe she's Chinese or Asian. I'm not sure. Mexican Gothic by Serena. No. Well, what's her name? Garcia. Latin American. I have a book on audio. It's a bunch of short stories of First Nations people, Inuit people, different tribes in Canada, I believe. So I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's so many ethnicities in the world. I'm sure I'll find some. I just want to look for ones that I want to read, not just ones to fill the slot. So there. Oh, just a minute. Okay, I just had to stop because my husband was coming down. He's coming back in a minute, and I'll probably have to stop again. But, all right. Yeah, new releases. These are new releases that were on Kindle. But if I'm supposed to do it for monthly, these will have to change because I don't know what new releases are coming out in those months. These are just ones on Kindle that I had. So I'm just going to leave those there for now because I don't know. Hey, come here, Boris. You better not be jumping up on the counter. Okay, challenge yourself. This is to make a challenge, book-related challenge for anything that's book-related. Like if you want to read all Stephen King books, or if you want to reach your Goodreads goal, or if you want to, whatever. I want to finish at least 10 series. These are just examples. Ones I'm in the middle of. I'm in the middle of a whole bunch of other ones too, so depending on what ones I get to. The Devil of Dublin, mentioned before, Into the Deep. If I read that, that'll finish one. I have one book left to read in the Deception trilogy by Rena Kent. If I read Hexed, that'll be the last book in the Never After series. That'll be done. I have that on audio. If I read that other Luna's Secret Sun Kindle series duet. That'll be done. For Read Tell Toast by Anne Rice. That'll be done. I have 2 books left to read in the Earth's Children series. That'll be done. I read Until I Get You. I have an audio of these. I think in January or February. It's a hockey romance, dark. I do have the second book. If I listen to that, that'll be done. If I read that other Exorcist House Genesis for Summerween, that'll be done. I'm almost done the Breed series by Laura Lee. There's like 31 or 33 books in the series. I'm on 31, I think. But that's subject to change because I have a whole year to read books. It might be a different series I finish, all depending on. That's just my challenge. Everybody has their own challenge. I want to finish at least 10 series. So that. And now the nonfiction challenge. These are all audiobooks, all available on Audio Plus. Now, I do have my own nonfiction books in audio. I was just looking for different ones because I have a different challenge for myself with my other personal nonfiction books. But The Demon Next Door is a true crime. The Perrin Family Haunting is a haunting documentary. Just a sec. All right, my husband just was getting another coffee and stuff. He's busy working, so. I think I was at, the Perrin Family Haunting. It's about a haunting documentary. Escape from Alcatraz, a prison documentary. An animal doc. I just picked crocodiles because they're cool. And Life in Prison, a biography of this person that was in prison. So, oh, that's those guys horsing around. So those are 5 nonfiction. If I stick to these, great. If not, I do have other nonfictions I will be reading. And I think I can claim those on that points tracker too. I'm not sure. All right. Q's recommendations is the next one. You watch some of her videos and read books that you pick, 3 of them, and see if you agree or disagree with her. So I really had no interest in Icebreaker. I seen she had it and I just put it there because maybe I can incorporate a little fluffy contemporary romance. Maybe. I'm not sure. Slewfoot, I have that on Kindle by Brahm. I look forward to reading that. Magda, stop barking. All Hollows, I had that on paperback. I seen that on her Instagram reel. She didn't have that there, like the red there. I put that there because I don't use TikTok. I rarely watch YouTube shorts. And I don't even use Instagram a whole lot. Magda! Come here, Boris. Come here, Boris. That'll make her stop because she'll get jealous. Anyways, All Hallows. I have that. I've read 2 Christopher Golden books. Liked both of them. And the Brahm one I seen on one of her big like YouTube recommendation videos. Oh, are you jealous? Are you jealous, Magda? She got her hair cut. I think the last time you seen her, she wasn't all shaved off. And Icebreaker, I don't have it all, but I think it's on Everand. So, and I think it's audio. So I might pick that. It's subject to change. And I think that's all of them. So I still need to fill in a few things. I think the spreadsheet is amazing. I think she had a couple friends help her where she needed help, but just, yeah, it's great. Check out the Discord too. I'll have that down below. I will put her announcement video too, because she goes over all of these prompts and what you're supposed to do in better detail. I kind of yammer on, and I'm still yammering. I'm sorry. Hopefully this video works, because I have to splice this into my screen recording. I think I can do it. I don't know. Anyways, I look forward to starting this. I want to start this immediately, to be honest. But I'm going to wait till Q's birthday, because it's a birthday and it's going to be a party, and we're going to be reading books. And I've joined the Discord. I'm a noob with Discord too. I don't know how to use it real great, but I do know how to get to her page or whatever, and she has different links to, you know, different prompts if you want to talk about the prompt, or suggestions or recommendations, any questions and stuff. It's a really cool community, it seems to be. Anyways, so there, that's my walkthrough of my spreadsheet for the hardest reading challenge I'm ever going to do. And I'm really hoping I can do a blackout. I think I can do it. I think. There were some people that did 1.0. Not a whole lot of people, I don't think, but there were some people that could do it. So if they can do it, why can't I do it? So, okay, I'm going to say peace, love, and happiness today and every single day. Please like, share, and subscribe if you so choose, but if not, that's okay too. I still love ya. I still want all the happiness in the world for each and every one of you out there. I certainly do. I really, really honest and truly do. Yes, I do. So, okay, guys, with that, I'm going to say have a good night or have a good morning. And I will. See you next time. Bye. Boink.